I want to leave you with this. I want to just tell you a story from my homeschool life, which tells me why I think it's possible to beat the bad guys. The state of Iowa banned homeschooling, and we won a case, a technical victory in the Supreme Court of Iowa that made it really difficult for them to be able to successfully prosecute. So even though it's technically illegal, they had a hard time prosecuting anybody, and so homeschooling was flourishing in Iowa. And the teachers union and other liberal forces in the state decided they were going to fix it by changing the law from being, rather than being a crime where you have rights as a criminal defendant, to being a child abuse prosecution. It's called the China Bill, Child in Need of Assistance, named after their favorite country. And so the China Bill, and the Democrats controlled both houses of the Iowa legislature, and the teachers union controlled the Democrats in Iowa. They passed it through the Iowa House, and in a different version they passed it through the Iowa Senate. And the session expired, they didn't get the reconciliation done, so it came back the next year for the reconciliation. They had a conference committee reconciled the bill, and they passed the reconciled version immediately through the House, and then went to the Senate. And we were praying, and we were working, and we were fighting to win that bill in the Iowa Senate. And we did a whip count, and there were 26 votes in favor of the bad bill and 24 votes against the bad bill. And because it was a reconciliation bill, they had to have actually 26 votes. They couldn't have a majority of those present. They had to have 26 actual votes. And so we were praying and working, and one of the senators, having to be a member of an ethnic minority group, came out to the lobby where I was there and said, "My conscience is bothering me. I can't sleep at night because of this bill. Do you have somebody from my district that I can talk to about this bill?" And we hooked him up on the phone with a member from his district who happened to be the same minority ethnic group as this guy. And he went back on the floor and made a speech on our side. So it's now 25-25. And we were all ecstatic and we were won. And somebody pointed out, well, the lieutenant governor, who is the teachers union's favorite guy, we're going to break the vote. He'll give them the 26 votes. So we were excited, and then we were deflated. They took the vote. 25 voted for it. 24 voted against it. One of our best supporters wasn't there. And there wasn't a tie. The lieutenant governor can't break the vote of a non-tie vote. And they didn't have 26 votes. And they held they held the vote open because they knew the guy was just going to walk in any minute and cast the tie vote and give them the victory by voting against the bill. And they held it open for 45 minutes, which was unprecedented in Iowa history. And 45 minutes later, they closed the vote. We won. Everybody celebrated. And the senator, the missing senator, all of a sudden showed up. And he had been downtown listening to a speech by Newt Gingrich and forgot what time it was. And he was so apologetic, and we were hugging him and kissing him, and thinking this is the most wonderful thing. None of us were smart enough to figure out that we would win by telling one of our best friends to forget to show up. But God knew. God knew, and when people stand up and ask for freedom, we're not asking for something improper. When people stand up and demand freedom, we're not demanding something that's improper. And we can expect God's blessing whenever we ask something that's consistent with the way that man is made in the image of God. When the Bible says, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. This is an effort to reclaim the spiritual and freedom heritage of this country by saying, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. We pledged together one nation under God. I want that to be the case again, rather than one nation under subservience. And with your help, we will return this nation to liberty. God bless you all.
Dr. Michael Farris, thank you.